speak about the Dzamling God song and dance a Khaita Manifesto. Please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to my friends who dance with me, Elia and Nicola. And yes, so thank you also for the introduction, Elia. I will jump right into it. So what you saw right now was Dzamling dance, and what you heard was Dzamling song. So what is this? This is part of Khaita. So Khaita is actually, the full name is Khaita, Joyful Dances, short Khaita, or also translated Harmony in Space. This is a project that was initiated in 2011 by Cassano, who many of you are familiar with. So of course he was a Tibetan Buddhist scholar, but also he's mostly known for being a profound Dzogchen master. He was born in 1938 in Tibet and he died in 2018 in Italy. Khaita really is a translocal and transcultural singing and dancing practice that serves two main reasons. So first, it is about the preservation of Tibetan culture, and second is about the promotion of presence and awareness. And Khaita, in this sense, really subsumes both Namkhanobu's commitment to the safeguarding of Tibetan culture, as well as his lifelong endeavor as a spiritual teacher of Dzogchen. Of course, providing students with methods to become more present and aware, observing themselves, overcoming limitations, and ultimately, as a Buddhist path, becoming free from suffering. Just a brief note on the Dzogchen teachings. So the essence of the Dzogchen teachings is the state of Adi-Dzogpa Chenpo, and this is the profound knowledge of one's true nature. According to the Dzogchen view, this is present in all beings and can be discovered by the introduction to one's real nature, to one's natural state, through a knowledgeable Dzogchen master. So Adriano Clemente, for example, he describes it the following. He says, the knowledge transmitted by the master of the Dzogchen teachings is neither of an intellectual nature, nor conditioned by the principles of a religious or philosophical ideology. It concerns the reality of human experience in its immediacy. So how does this all connect to Khaita? So as I said, of course, it was initiated by Namkhanobu, and then it is really about the application of the Dzogchen teachings in singing and dancing. At the same time, this is probably the speciality of Khaita, it is open to everyone, regardless of religious, spiritual, cultural identification, age, gender, social class, nationality, and even dance experience. In fact, Khaita is also increasingly practiced as a method to raise intercultural awareness, collaboration, mindfulness, well-being without a Buddhist context. So for this reason, Khaita as a Dzogchen method is more of an inner approach that does not have to be presented as such in all circumstances. A little bit more about the Khaita collection. So as I said already, it was initiated in 2011, and it consists of around 400 Tibetan modern pop songs that were selected by Namkhanobu. To these 400 songs, we have around 240 dances. Some of these dances are based on a model, on a Tibetan folk dance model, and some of them have been choreographed by international students of the Dzogchen community without any model, but under the consideration of the Tibetan lyrics. And what these two dances share is that, of course, up until Namkhanobu's death in 2018, they underwent a process of requiring feedback and approval by him. All these dances can be found online via Khaita.com. Due to Khaita's creation history and application by diverse dances around the world, it cannot rightfully be aligned with any other existing form of Tibetan dance. So it neither belongs to the sacred tradition of charm dances, nor to the folk tradition of Atelamo, nor really to the broad spectrum of Tibetan folk dances, simply because of the fact that several dances do not have a Tibetan a Tibetan dance model to follow. At the same time, of course, the Khaita project was and is influenced by the music and dance making practices of both spiritual and secular traditions in Tibet. So Namkha Nobu, of course, was Tibetan himself. He worked as a scholar. He published on folk songs also very early on in his life. So of course there is a connection there. Now let's focus a bit more on Dzamling song. Dzamling song holds a unique position in the Khaita archive because it is the only song that was composed by Namkha Nobu himself. And also the choreography was suggested by him. Within the Dzogchen community, we usually dance Dzamling song at the end of a Khaita session. So sometimes it could last 1 hour, 2 hours, and we usually dance it at the end. And it represents a meaning of connection to the spiritual master, and of course also of the contemplation of its meaning. So to give you a little bit of an idea how the first versions look like, I would just like to play a little bit the beginning. This is Namkha Nobu singing and playing harmonica. So, Dzamling song and dance, of course, is viewed as a spiritual teaching. So, Namkha Nobu himself, he said, if I were to write a commentary on this Dzamling song, I would be able to write a very fine description, even 3 volumes. In fact, we have a booklet, Dzamling song. This is a compilation of his oral transcriptions. It's not 3 volumes, but it's quite a read if you're interested. So I'm not a spiritual teacher. I don't have the qualifications of really going so much into the teaching aspect. But what I'm trying to do with choosing the example of Dzamling song is to outline how it connects to the overall purpose of the Khaita project. And as I said in the beginning, the first reason is the preservation of Tibetan culture. Of course, I don't have to tell you this, you're all experts in this. You know that the access to the Tibetan language also means access to Tibetan Buddhist texts that supposedly have a universal value. And if we lose this language, it also means that we're losing this knowledge. So the prevention of the loss of the language and the resulting disappearance of this knowledge was one of the main activities of Namkha Nobu. So, as I said, he was an eminent scholar, and he published several books, he organized international conferences, and for example, he also founded the Changshu Institute to safeguard different aspects of Tibetan culture and to keep it alive for future generations. So, in this sense, Khaita is really a continuation of this life endeavor, and it becomes a method to expose international students who might not have any context or affiliation with Tibetan culture previously to the language and the culture. I just want to show you how this is done in the Khaita archive. Dzamling song exemplifies this. So we have all the songs transcribed in Tibetan, transliterated in Tlajoa, and translated to English. So just a note on Tlajor. Tlajor is a phonetic transcription system, and in comparison to Wiley, it doesn't focus on orthography, but really focuses on the pronunciation of the sound. So this enables international people to follow the Tibetan pronunciation when singing along. Besides the support of Tibetan culture, Dzamling song, the whole Khaita project's second main person is the promotion of presence, awareness, and harmony. So a reminder, Khaita also means harmony in space. And of course, this is inseparably connected to Namkhanawa's Dzogchen teachings. I will try to outline with three different parts of the song how this is done. So the first part of Dzamling's song reads, I will read the English just a little bit. Dzogchen communities of the whole world, to Dzamling, as soon as possible. In a relaxed manner, please come. Happiness is present, all is perfected, nothing is missing. Please come to enjoy happiness, and so on. So this is an invitation to come to Dzamling. What is Dzamling? Dzamling can be understood in two senses. So first of all, it means the actual physical site of Dzamling. So until his death, Namkhanawa traveled all around the world, and as part of his teaching activities, he founded several gas and links. And the last one, and also the global one, it was established in 2013 and is called Dzamling. So here you have a map of the centers that Namkhanawa founded. The bigger ones are the gas, and the smaller ones, the red dots, mostly in the European continent, are the links. And besides the invitation to come to the physical site of Dzamling, Dzamling also means the state of Ati Dzogchen. So we said before, it can arise in each individual in a self-perfected way. So in this sense, the lyrics are an invitation to reside in that state, from which a kind of supreme harmony manifests, where there's nothing to do, nothing to force or to worry about. This is expressed in the sentence, as soon as possible. So in this sense, Dzamling can be understood as the invitation to relax in one's nature, basically. Let's look at the second part. Let's unite our strength and capacity. Dzogchen community, all your strength and capacity. Let's unite. Happiness is present. Let's unite your strength and capacity. Happiness is present. All is manifesting, self-perfect, and so on. So the second part of Dzamling really focuses on the aspect of harmonious collaboration. It really, Khaita, the whole project really builds on collaboration. This is best illustrated with the example of a circle. So most or many Khaita dances are performed in a circle formation. So think about it. A circle cannot be formed alone. You need more than one person. Given the space, it is infinite, so anyone can join. And third of all, there's no hierarchy in a circle. So as soon as you enter the circle, you are part of that group. And no matter your language background, your age, your capabilities, and so on, as soon as you're there, you're part of the group. So the success of the Khaita dances really depends not so much on the individual capacity, but really the ability to perform harmoniously in a group. Okay. Instead of, now I want to show you just a snippet of a video from a practice session that we recently did, and you can have an idea of how this collaboration is. one's authentic nature condition, the world will be established in peace. I cut it here because the most important line is really the world will be established in peace. So the third part is about the application of the knowledge experienced in this practice in real life. And here peace is really a key principle. So it's important how we define peace, because peace does not, in that sense, does not merely mean the absence of war or violence, but it refers more to a clear, relaxed, peaceful state of mind. So this is what Nicola calls evolution. He says, if we need peace, we need evolution. And evolution must develop in the condition of the individual, not revolution. We always have the idea that we want to change someone. This is called revolution. But it doesn't work and it has no benefit. So in this sense, Khaita can be understood as a peace project. It encourages practitioners to observe themselves, to be present and aware in the movements, the music, the space, the group, and the people that they dance around with, and of course the connection to the lyrics of the songs. And just as an example, so in the third part, you were seeing, and also in the video, they go up here, and then they show Dzamling, so world peace. So it's a little bit symbolic. So it's like showing the planet Earth and offering peace, or something like this. So this is just an example to show the connection between the lyrics and the movement. Last point I want to mention is the aspect of joy. So a reminder, we're talking here about Khaita joyful dances. And in the Dzamling song, we read very often happiness to enjoy, let's enjoy, joy is developing, and so on. So again, joy can be understood in several ways. So it might be a synonym for happiness, pleasure, gaiety, bliss. But from a more spiritual point of view, actually across religions also, joy is defined more narrowly. And it can be differentiated from happiness and pleasure. So while happiness and pleasure are temporarily enjoyable emotions that depend on outer circumstances, joy goes deeper and refers to an inner approach to life. So for example, in the Book of Joy, by the Archbishop Desmond Tutu and the 14th Dalai Lama, they discuss the quality and nature of joy. And they say, while happiness is often seen as being dependent on external circumstances, joy is not. So as such, joy doesn't mean so much the absence of suffering, but really more the ability to find joy regardless of the circumstances. And again, this starts from the individual and then may spread outside. Interestingly, what we also know from psychology, joy is an emotion that can be cultivated. So by cultivating thoughts, feelings, and actions, we can connect to this joyful state. And also here, this is a nice quote. The Dalai Lama says, "The ultimate source of happiness is within us." So again, in Khaita, this serves as a kind of method. So it means that we can cultivate joy and purposefully train it. And we can use Khaita to do this. Okay, to conclude, what I spoke about is Dzamling song and dance, and I call it a Khaita Manifesto, representative of the whole Khaita project, because of its use of the Tibetan language, its connection to Jagannath Kanobu's Dzogchen teachings, its emphasis on collaboration, the application of knowledge to daily life, the perspective of peace, and finally also the aspect of joy as a cultivatable inner quality. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm very happy to take questions. And just as a reminder, I know this is a lot of information, so you're going to see us perform later on, so you can enjoy this. And then also we're going to try to set up a table tomorrow during lunchtime, where we're showing the Khaita app. So in case you are interested, please find us and you can have a look through the resources that we have. Thank you very much.